will you please rise? We who are gathered here today are the first to celebrate Interdependence Day. Let us remember that we are at a new frontier in the history of democracy. Interdependence, 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 interdependence.
What we have here is a gathering of citizens. Not a gathering of politicians, but a gathering of citizens. And I welcome that we are together citizens, because we are the strength of this democracy and we are the strength of global democracy. It is on our shoulders, not the shoulders of our elected representatives, that the future of interdependence depends. To help that process along, you will find in your programs, I hope you will see it and use it, a new passport that you can put next to your other passport. These passports are Civ World passports. They're global passports. They make clear that you are not just a citizen of Hungary or England or France or China or the United States, but that you are also a citizen of Civ World.
Interdependence, a place filled with greenery and food and joy and culture, and a great love and respect of each other, and a great joy in wallowing in the difference that each and every one of us represents. Rather than being distant by our differences and being intimidated by them, we would embrace them, because we find in those differences not only wondrous things to help us create new ways in which to live, but we'll also come to find that in those differences and in our interdependency sits the key to our humanity.
Good evening to you, brothers and sisters. It is an honor to speak to you this evening, although I am in a place called South Africa. I am there spreading what we call Interdependence Day. And tonight here in Philadelphia, you are also talking about interdependence, trying to tell people in the world that this is one earth, that we are all dependent, interdependent on each other.
We are not alone here, because as we meet here, there is also a gathering in Budapest, Hungary, in which President Arpad Gönc, the first democratic president of Hungary after the fall of the Soviet Empire there, has joined with Ivan Vitanyi and many other Hungarians to come together and do their own concert, their own roundtable workshop, and a gathering very much like this, where the work that you're about to hear will be also sung by a leading Hungarian chorus. So we, in a sense, are working in kinship with our colleagues and brothers and sisters in Budapest.
On behalf of all Pennsylvanians, I thank the people of Philadelphia and all who have made this day possible for starting this bold campaign of global awareness and participation. Best wishes for a successful Interdependence Day celebration, and as you continue to build a more peaceful and united world. Edward G. Randell, Governor of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
12 September 2003, the day after 9/11. Today, as 2 years ago, I repeat with all of you, I am American. Today, as yesterday, as tomorrow, I wish to be able to repeat, I am American, I am African, I am Arab, I am Asiatic, I am a citizen of the world. The history of the world is the history of human beings. It's the history of women and men accepting or undergoing to live as members of a community, members of a tribe, members of a village, of a city, of a state.
I'm a grandfather. I look at my grandson, and I remark that I can think of hardly a single major issue that is going to impinge on him and his generation that can be resolved within the context of the nation state. Almost every one of those issues requires international cooperation.
To be in this together is to lead, I think, inevitably to what I would call collaborative sovereignty. Nations voluntarily surrendering part of their national sovereignty for the greater global good, to take advantage of globalization, the information revolution, and to stabilize the nations of the world.
My thesis today is that crucial to making real the idea of interdependence, the idea that brings us to Philadelphia, is to engage the forces of learning and culture, of education and the arts and the humanities and the sciences, in order better to understand one another.
We've been working with universities in Eastern Europe and in other places where they're thinking deliberately about what it means to put together a democracy where everybody is participating, and what is the role of education, and what is the role of university. And it doesn't mean just one class where you go out and do community service for 3 hours for a semester, and you've done your duty, so you can go home and feel good about that you're a participating citizen. But it means rethinking everything we know about educating our young people to be citizens of the world.
Civic, civil, and civilized, without prejudice to the goods and interests of our national and regional identities. We recognize our responsibility to the common goods and liberties of humankind as a whole. We do therefore pledge to work both directly and through the nations and communities of which we are also citizens.
To guarantee justice and equality for all by establishing on a firm basis the human rights of every person on the planet, ensuring that the least among us may enjoy the same liberties as the prominent and the powerful.
To forge a safe and sustainable global environment for all, which is the condition of human survival, at a cost to peoples based on their current share in the world's wealth.
To offer children our common human future, special attention and protection in distributing our common goods, above all those upon which health and education depend.
To establish democratic forms of global civil and legal governance through which our common rights can be secured and our common ends realized.
To foster democratic policies and institutions expressing and protecting our human commonality, and at the same time,
nurture free spaces in which our distinctive religious, ethnic, and cultural identities may flourish and our equally worthy lives may be lived in dignity, protected from political, economic, and cultural hegemony of every kind.
Pledging ourselves citizens of one civ world, civic, civil, and civilized, recognizing our responsibilities to the common goods and liberties of humankind as a whole. We are pioneers on a journey on which every citizen, postman and president alike, must in time embark.